All right, guys, here it is. Here is the bike. It stands. My seat on it now, just for comfort's sake. The seat that came with it does not look bad at all. It's pretty squishy, but mine has suspension posts. It's a little more comfortable for this old man to get out there and ride. I do have this set up to max speed, so I'm going to see if that makes any kind of a difference. My primary thought for this is I'm going to take it downtown and take it out on the bike trail first and see how it does out there, and we'll go from there. Basically, what this type of bike is for going around town, getting on the bike trails, things of that sort, riding around the campground, yeah, that type of thing. This bike is $699, brand new, plus you get a $50 discount using my code down below. And I'll show you a little bit of assembly too, what it took to assemble this thing, and the unboxing, just real quick, not a whole lot of it. I'm going to bore you with a bunch of it, but I'll put that right here, right now. I'm going to unbox the ItStands U1 e-bike. Here we go. This is what the packing looks like. Packed in nice and tight. There we go. Okay, let's see what we got in the bags here. We have a user manual, return policy. We have 2 amp charger, so your basic charger, 54.6 volt, 2 amps. We have pedals. I like this style. I'm kind of glad they're not collapsible. Those are cheap. These are real metal. Foot pump, which we probably won't be using, but it's nice that they give it. Quick release for the front axle. You got a little tool pouch with all your basic tools in it. Okay, let's see what we got in the box. I'm sure it is a battery. Keys are also in the battery bag. We have 48 volt, 15 amp hour, 720 watt battery. Nice size one. I'll get it charging before I even start building it. Also has the on-off switch on it as well. A lot of these newer e-bike batteries are coming with that on-off switch on them, and the separate battery readouts here. Fenders are metal, 160 millimeter rotors. Seat's not bad. It's got a lot of cushion. There is no suspension on this, and there's no rear suspension, so whether you want to replace this out with a suspension bar is up to you. But we'll see how comfortable it is on the first ride. Slide them right in between there. You hear I got a little bit of brake rub. All right, there it is, guys. Something the wife and I noticed last night while putting this up is look how small of an area this takes up. Usually, when I put a bike here, that's going to be rode the next day, it comes all the way to about where that shoe is. This is a very narrow bike. Going to be interesting ride today, guys. ItStands U1. I'm going to go over the basic information while I'm in the house here. It's getting cold out, so I'm going to save myself a little bit of torture and do it in the house. Anyhow, we have a step-through e-bike here. Very small in frame, a little shorter than what I'm used to. It is a 500 watt motor on the rear of this. It peaks at 800 watts. They're claiming this is an upgraded motor, so it's supposed to be fairly strong. 65 newton meters is what they're claiming. So we're going to see if this can climb hills or not. We'll put it to the test. It has 160 millimeter rotors, front and back, mechanical brakes, and I'll show you the name here, Philel. But yet the top is, see if I can focus this. Looks, it's not focusing very well. But anyhow, it's WXING. I've never heard of it. But we do have the standard 7-speed Shimano gearing system. And turning derailleur, that's the same. Let's see, it has a decent rack on the back of it, probably at least 50 pounder. It doesn't show the weight of the bike on the website, but it feels like it's right around a 70 pounder with the battery on it, so it's a really light bike. Found some interesting things here in the display. Well, let's get this battery turned on. This is one of these ones that turns on here on the side. This is a 15 amp hour, 48 volt battery. And of course, 48 volt motor as well. And we have a very small display. So I'm going to be putting my phone holder in the middle to check our speeds while we're out there. It does come with its own phone holder. The bottom pulls out, so you do have a rest for the bottom. I just prefer to have something that hooks in here for my phone. I don't want to lose, you know, $900 phone out on the road. I'm not saying you would with this, but I prefer to use this style. But it also has a USB port under it, so that's why I'm leaving it on here. It's actually connected into the wiring, so we will leave that on. All right, I'm going to get into, let's just go through some of the basics here. Here's your headlamp, pretty bright. Tail light also. Let's go ahead and pull the brakes for me there, Faye. I got a helper today, guys. You got the brakes pulled? Okay, let off once. It didn't do anything different, did it? Pull the other one. All right, well, apparently it's just tail light. I don't see, well, let's turn off the headlights once. Maybe what does work is go ahead and pull brake now. Nope. It is just strictly a tail light. So you got to run with your headlights on, you know, to have your tail light come on. That's different. It does have a pretty cushy seat. I probably won't be using it today just because I like to ride something a little bit, you know, it's got some suspension on it. This is not a suspension seat, but it's pretty cushy. Shouldn't be too bad for most people. I'm gonna get in the menu here. A couple things I discovered in the menu. So first we got to turn the power on, which is here. We got 3 buttons here. We got power, and we got plus and minus. So we turn the power on. It's just a little screen. Try to get that focused the best you can. All right, now you just use the power button to scroll. So you start off with, actually it usually starts with odometer. Now there's odometer, and then we got max, then we got average speed, and then you got trip. Of course, your PS settings, you use the up and down to scroll through your 5 settings. You can change this. Let's go into the menu real quick. You hold the plus and minus in, and then you scroll with the plus and minus as well. First one is just your backlight. Second is mile an hour or kilometers. Third is your voltage. We don't want to mess with that. Fourth is, I can't remember at the moment. And fifth is your pedal assist. You can change this by hitting your power button. Sixth is your wheel size, which they have it set at 22.3 right now. If that doesn't work out, I'll probably change that to 23 while I'm out there, but we'll see how the speedometer goes. 7, not sure, but 8 is the important one. This came set at 24, I believe. And this e-bike is supposed to be limited at 24 mile an hour, but you can change this right in this setting. Oh wait, I got it set up to max speed right now. So when you have it set where you want it, then you just hit the power button one time, finalize it. Now this does go up here and do all kinds of things. I haven't looked into all these yet. So I'm not sure what all they do. There's an interesting one here that shows 38 volts for something. I'm not sure what that's all about either. But we'll see if we actually gain any more speed out of this while we're out here today. So to get out of it, just hold the power button and it takes you back. Now we do want to show you one other thing. To reset your trip, now this bike came with 0 miles on it. So that means it's not been tested, which is interesting. So I'm going to be the first to test it. But if you want to reset your trip, you hold the power button and the minus for 2 seconds at the same time, actually. And you see the screen jump, and if there was anything on your trip, it'd be cleared now. But we have nothing on it. So we got a battery meter. We don't have voltage. So that's another interesting thing. This is 15 amp hour. I'm hoping to get 20 miles out of it today with my weight. I'm 230 pounds. So, and we have a lot of hills. So we're going to do the best we can with it. But I'm going to try to get 20 miles. That's about it for the inside stuff. We're going for a ride, guys. See you in a bit. All right, guys. I think we're just about ready to take off here. Curious to how this is going to do, being a 500 watt e-bike. I've never ridden a 500 watt e-bike. This will be the first time for me. So I imagine there's going to be some more pedaling involved. We'll find out. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Gonna put this up in This is a twist throttle as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. My brakes feel like they probably need tightened. We'll mess with that as we go. I'm going to put this up into pedal assist 5 for now, see if we can get up the hill. And here we go, guys. Here we go, here we go. Well, it feels like it's got pretty good power right off the get. I'm just throttling at the moment. Let's see how far it can get me up this hill. This is a steep hill here. It's pulling pretty good. And I'm gonna have to pedal it some too. It's not bad though, guys. It actually pulled a lot stronger than I thought it would. All right. Oh, my brakes. I'm about to stop here for a second, do some adjusting on the brakes, guys. Try that out and see how it does. We're gonna test out the speed here first. Yeah, I'm just gonna throttle it here to see if our speeds are anywhere close. 22.9, 23, 24, 25, 24, 24. Looks like it's pretty close to the speedometer. Might be off just a little bit. It's taking me to about 24.3, not bad for 25. Now we're going downhill a little bit. So that's not too bad, guys. This big old fat man, it took me up to almost 25. These brakes bedded in here. A lot of traffic. All right, guys. I come out here at rush time and I don't have any brake lights. We're gonna get off on the bike trail here though. Appreciate it. All right, now let's do some pedal assisting here. I'll take her down to 1. Actually, let's just go to 0 at first, see how it pedals. Kick her up to 7th gear here. It's actually pedaling real easy, guys. This is another one of these bikes that you can pedal home if you have to. I'm in 7th gear and I'm pedaling it fairly easy. All right, here goes the kitty cat. Let's take her up to 1. All right, immediately felt some power. This thing's got a little more power than what I was expecting. You know, I did not put a mirror on this today. I knew there was something I was gonna forget. Okay, pedal assist 1, 14.8, 14.3. Wow, it's pedal assist 1. All right, pedal assist 2. It's taking me up slightly faster. This little bike's surprising me. It stands, it says. 17.9, almost 18 mile an hour in pedal assist 2, guys. Okay, pedal assist 3. Gonna crash this beautiful bridge here. I'm about to turn my head all day long, looks like here. I mean, you're definitely sitting straight up and down on this bike because the distance is so close to the handlebars, but it's not uncomfortable. I probably could raise my seat more and get a little more leg extension, but it's not bad. Okay, we'll get over on the other side here and we'll test out pedal assist 3. So the brakes definitely needed some work when I got them. Usually, you can do the little trick where you loosen the 2 bolts, pull your brake, you know, tighten the first one, spin the wheel a little bit, pull the brake again, tighten the second one, and it aligns automatically. This one I had to eyeball it. And it's not a horrible thing. It's just, you know, some bikes you have to do that. Okay, so I'm going 20 mile an hour in pedal assist 3, just barely pedaling. I didn't put on my jingle bell or nothing, guys. Coming up on the left. I didn't put my jingle bell on today. Sorry. Yeah, I left the house without my mirror and my bell, guys. That's unlike me, but yeah, I've been having a whole bunch of reviews and a whole bunch of bikes coming, so I'm forgetting to do some stuff. So yeah, pedal assist 3, we're cruising now. 21 on this little 500 watt motor. It's pretty amazing. Let's take her up to 4. I haven't tested to see how fast this will go pedal assist yet. Wow, 23.24 and pedal assist 4. Okay, go to 5. Like about 25.3 top speed, not bad. Little 500 watt motor, so I think it's probably using closer to the 800 watts. Not bad, guys. The speedometer's on pretty good. They got it set at 22.3 inch. All right, we're gonna take this down a little bit. I'm going way too fast for the bike trail, but that's pretty impressive. Probably put it to pedal assist too. We are going to try this a little bit of hill climbing with this bike. It seems to me like it's got a lot more torque than what they're advertising. I'm 230 pounds, man. This thing's moving me. It's a cold day, guys. We had that cold front come down in Ohio. We had some 40s. And, you know, I know my Finnish friend gonna laugh at that, but that's cold for us right now, this time of year. And it will get down to the negatives here in Ohio too, so we'll get some of that really bad weather, but hopefully for a month here, we'll get back up to the 50s and 60s, and I'll be happy with that. This thing's just moving out, man. It's a comfortable ride. I mean, I do have my suspension seat and suspension post on here, but as far as the ride itself, this bike is really surprising me. I'll have to look and see what the brand of these tires were again. These are not your normal branded tires. These are another brand. I'll check them out when we get up here to the bridge. Our speedometer is right. I don't think we need that no more. You know, you guys can look at my ugly mug for a little bit. How does that make you feel? Maybe you don't like it. I don't know. See, since it has this little gauge, I can see it perfectly fine. It's a color gauge. Color display, that is, over here. Then you can put your phone right in the middle. I mean, you could even turn it the other way, sideways if you wanted to, and have a nice flat one. A bigger display showing. I don't know, guys. I tell you what, this little bike's surprising me. I'm not going to steer you wrong. I mean, this is a product review where they gave me the bike in exchange for video, right? I'm never going to steer you guys wrong. I'm not going to tell you that something's good when it ain't good, or I'm just going to let you know what it is, and let you make the decision on it. I don't make any special arrangements where I'm only going to give good reviews. Let's put it that way. So these companies are taking chances, you know, with a lot of these reviewers, you know, whether they're going to get a good review or not. Now, I try to point out the good qualities of a bike, but it's pretty easy with this one right now. I still got all bars. That's another good sign. I think their claim was if you're all throttle, you could do 35 miles on this. And pedaling, I think they claimed 55, something like that. It's right around. You guys can check on the website. I'll put the website down in the description. I'll put the links to the bike and the $50 off discount you can get on it. I haven't seen any reviews on this bike yet. I think this is going to be the first one in YouTube. There's so many of this style bike, but I've never seen one quite so small as far as it's short. It still has the 20x4 fat tires, but the distance, the length of the bike is shorter than any other bike I've ridden yet, which definitely makes you sit straight up and down, but it's really comfortable. I think the 160 millimeter rotors on this is probably plenty sufficient. If they want to consider upgrading anything, maybe just the braking system itself. It was a little difficult to deal with, but once you get it dialed in, it seems fine. I'm not hearing any noise or anything at the moment. I mean, it does have the grips where you can cut in your side mirrors if you like to put the side ones on. Let's see the rotation here. I'm going to stop for just a second. See how fast it takes to go. 1, 2, about 1.5 to 2, then it starts to go. And then throttle, it's almost instantaneous. This thing's got good takeoff. I don't know if it's because I raised the speed limit. Out of the box, this is supposed to be limited to 24, I think. I'm only getting 25, but it just goes. All right. Let's take a look at this here again, guys. Let's take a look at it. ItStands. It's an interesting name, isn't it? It's definitely standing. I wonder how they came up with that. ItStands U1. This is the model U1. As far as I know, on the website, they only have 2 models right now. This is one of them. This one comes in black and white. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out this name of these. Justin tires, 20x4 tires, and they're the knobby style, and a 20 psi max. So I got 18 in them right now. That's my bag I got on the back. This rack during the install comes partially attached. You got to attach it the rest of the way, and it's about the 50-pound style. Right around there somewhere. Let's see here. The headlight was not very hard to put on. You got plenty of room to get in here. A lot of them you don't. This one does. Battery's fairly easy to put on. It is only a 2-amp charger that comes with that. So it's going to take you about 7.5 hours from fully dead. I did notice the freewheel on this had a different name on it too. Let's see if I can see it. ATA. I'm not sure if you're seeing that through the camera here, but and it does have the double-sided chain rail. Thank you. Double-sided chain rail. I had to have the car go by to notice it. Let's go see if we got anything. If we got any fish or anything today, guys. See if we got any fish. Don't fall in the water. I don't see no fish today. It's really low. Let's turn this guy around here today. Let's turn this around and see if we can get some kind of a selfie or something here. Let's go down here and take a look at me and the bike, how ugly I am. ItStands. A lot of traffic going on today. Not sure what's going on up this mountain. We're going to do it in pedal assist, probably 5, just to be safe. Better safe than sorry, right? Whoop, get on your side of the road, Reese. I'll put my headlights on. Right now I'm just pedaling, guys. Let's just try this pedal assist right now. See how much power this bike actually has. I'm in 7th gear. It's making it. It's a steep hill. Ooh, did something. I'm giving it a little throttle here to see if that changes anything. It did seem to give it just a little bit of boost. Let's make it up this hill, guys. I was afraid to take this thing up big hills. It's taking it right up it. No problem. 7th gear. Pedal assist 5, 7th gear. 10 mile an hour. I am becoming more and more impressed with this bike all the time. And I still have 5 bars. Stop right here. I'm gonna climb this hill, guys. We're just pedaling. Let's take it down 1. Pedal assist 4. See if I feel any difference. 4 is pretty close to 5. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit weaker. It's a steep hill. I'm gonna take this on a little longer route. I'm gonna put it back to 5. Yeah, I felt that little kick. You need 5 on the bigger hills, right, with this one. But like I say, for 65 Newton meters of torque, feels like it's more. I've had bikes with less Newton meters, or with more Newton meters, have less power going up this hill. So I've got to say, so far this is a winner of a bike, guys. You want something lightweight? This is not folding now. It's not folding in the middle. The handlebars fold though, and it's just a small bike. So I don't see how you'd have any problem just throwing this, you know, in the back of your SUV or back of your truck, or put it on a bike rack. It's super light. It's just as light as any bike I've ever felt. Lightest one I've had was 68 pounds. This has got to be right around there, maybe less. If I can find the actual weight of this, talk to the company and ask them what the weight is, and I'll put it in my description later on. All right, we're in 7th gear. I'm just pedal assisting it. And usually a lot of bikes I do right here coming up this hill, I'm going about 14. This is going 16.8. I don't have great leg extension going right now, but it's still easy to pedal. I may stop somewhere and raise this seat up, I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I don't think I'm going to take this up Dill Hill, but we're definitely taking it up some big hills, guys. Hey, you got to be reasonable with what you're buying. You look at your circumstances, what your terrain's like, mostly where you're going to be riding, you know. You have a whole bunch of hills, and maybe you want something that's got all-wheel drive, something of that sort. My area, you know, you need, for the most part, you need a powerful motor or all-wheel drive. But this bike is showing me that it can do it. I've got one bigger hill coming up yet that we'll be taking this on. That'll be the real test for this one. That'll probably be the biggest one I take it up. I did lose a bar on this now, and that was how many miles? I have to scroll through my settings here to see. I'm not. Let's say 4.2. I think it's 4.2 miles. See, our goal is to get 20 miles out of this. definitely slowed down some now. That last two hills here gave it a little bit of a, wore that little 500 down, 500 watt motor down a little bit. We'll see if it regains a little bit of its strength here once I get on the level. It's definitely slowed down some now. All right, I'm going to take it back the other direction, I think. We're going to go a different route. Got to know your limits of what bike you're riding. This one's doing pretty good, but it's definitely not your massive hill climber. Although it has got me up a couple big hills. But I think for this bike, you're gonna wanna, you know, ride it more bike trail type stuff, ride it around town. You can use it as a commuter. But it does look like taking it up the big hills is gonna take some juice out of it. We do got some beautiful scenery, guys. I've been dying to get back out here. We are in fall, and look at the leaves, man. Gorgeous. Give this motor a little breakdown. We're gonna be going downhill for a while. So what I'm noticing here so far right off the get is this thing had incredible power when it was showing 5 bars. And now that I'm down to 4 bars, it seems to be moving really at a pace I would expect for a 500 watt motor. So I think when you're into that 5th bar, it's giving you closer to the 800 watts is what's happening. And now it's just basically turned into a 500 watt motor bike, which is, you know, reasonable, I guess. But I decided not to go taking it on the big hill, on the big hill climb test. Instead, we're just going to keep her more on the flatter ground. So I think that's what this bike is really designed for. I would say though, if you have a couple hills you got to climb to get to work, you'll be okay with this. I'm going to ride it like this bike probably should be rode. So let's go back down in the pedal assist now. Excuse me. This colder weather is getting in my lungs, making me cough and snot. Sorry about that. We are in pedal assist 1 now. Let's see if it still keeps me up there around 14, and it looks like it's going to. I'm just barely pedaling, guys. I mean, I'm not, let's see, let's put a little more power into it, see what it does. Yeah, 14.8, 15, look at that. You can definitely give this bike a little extra power, your own personal power, pedal power, for exercise or just to go a little faster. Now let's put her in pedal assist 2. Go back to that gradual pedal and see what it does. Looks like, and let's see here, 15.4. I don't know if you guys are able to see the display in the GoPro. 16.3, but I'll holler it out here to you. 16.4, 16.5, pedal assist 2. It's really fast for pedal assist 2. Let's take her to 3. coming. Hey. All right, let's get her kicking here again. Pedal assist 3. It's just gradually speeding up here. I was climbing a little bit of an incline. 17. So this is with a little bit of the voltage drop that I've noticed. Okay, let's take her up. Pedal assist 4. It's just a gradual. It doesn't just shoot you out like a rocket or anything, but it's definitely picking up speed. 18.8, 19. This is more where I would expect this to be. I think it's just leveled off. When it had that 5th bar in it, it was just like it was peaking with power. Had to go somewhere, you know. Now that it's leveling down some, it's riding more like a 500-watt motor bike. Now we're in pedal assist 5, and you definitely can feel it kick in now at 5. So I'm just, I don't know, just giving it just a normal pedal here. 22 point. Let's see if we can kick it up a little faster here. Yeah, you can see the power loss now, because it was 25. It was taking me around 25 mile an hour right at first, but now that we've dropped down a bar, it's down around 22 mile an hour now. But I am 230 pounds, guys, and we have taken this on a couple massive hills. I got my camera setting a little different for this ride. You guys have to let me know if you like it better or worse. I don't usually put it in super view because of the fisheye effect, you know, that little wobble at the edges. I've always been more about keeping it real, so you just have to let me know if you like it just in wide or super view better. You probably see more right now, but it's gonna make my arms look skinny. My arms ain't skinny, my arms are massive like the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, probably more like Mr. Stretch. Let's see if they look long. Do they look long? Hi. Well, I can't take you out in Sasquatch territory right now. Oh, look at that tree out there, guys. Look at this. There's 2 trees. Those are gorgeous. Because I got to be able to climb some big hills to take you out Sasquatch territory. We're down to 3 bars now. 7.8 miles. We're going to ride this bike like it's probably supposed to be used. Now, I've been kind of unfair with some other bikes, taking bikes that are built basically like this and taking them up massive hills. You know, and then the distance, the range you get out of them's terrible. You know, and they struggle going up some of the hills, so it makes the review look bad when the bike itself is not bad, is what I'm trying to get at. I can tell right now this is a good bike, guys. It really surprises me how good it is for the price and the size of it. I mean, I'm a big dude, 230 pounds. This thing just moved me around like it's nothing. But it is more of your bike trail type bike. It's your daily commuter type bike, you know, for if you live in town, you just got to get over town or whatever, that type of thing. Or if you go camping or something, you want to throw this on the back of your truck or the back of your camper or something like that, take it with you and ride around the campground or get into town or something. This bike's good for that. Whoa, look at all the nuts, guys. Whoa. That's a massive amount of walnuts right here. That's what turns these type of bikes upside down when you hit one of those wrong. But this thing cruises down the bike trails really nice, and it is comfortable. Some more pretty trees right there, sir. You never know, we could see a Sasquatch out here. He might be, you know, down here by the bike trail wanting to pick him up a snack or something. Just as long as you ain't picking me up for a snack, that's all I got to say about that right there. This is the black. This comes in a white also. ItStands. It's a surprisingly good bike. And I'm not just saying that, guys. For a 500 watt motor, I mean, the basic build of this is very similar to a lot of them that has this style. They did put the battery right here in the front instead of behind the seat. It's something a little different, but I'm not feeling a problem with it or anything. It feels normal. I think it's because of the way they got you sitting on this. You have to sit straight up and down on this bike. If this is the type of bike you're looking for, then down in my description, get that $50 off on it. It's only $6.99 to start off with, then you get 50 off of that. What we got up here, dogs? Uh-oh, we got some dogs up here, guys. Look like little hound dogs. Rabbit dogs. He's trying to rein them in here. Let's see. Hey. Yeah, I like riding this bike. It's fun. A little lightweight bike, guys. Big tires on it. Usually they take and put the 20x3s on, you know, a bike this size. They put 4s on this, 20x4s. Deer? Yeah. Keep your eyes up in here, guys. They said there's deers. I have seen many on these rides. Be surprised if we don't see one, really. A lot of deer in Ohio right now. Boy, that looks like Sasquatch territory right there. If I was a Sasquatch and if I was real, that's probably where I'd live, right there. Got your nice little creek down there. You can go down there and take a bath if you wanted to. If you didn't want to smell like a billy goat, you could take a bath. Yep. Lots and lots of chipmunks out here. Can you eat chipmunks? I've never eaten a chipmunk before. I have had squirrel. Pretty good. Speaking of squirrels, I got we just got a new dog coming, guys. I let my wife and my kids talk me into it. We've had so many deaths in the family, right, recently, that there's a little void, I think, in my family's heart, so they wanted something to fill it. So I told them if we ever got a dog again, which I never thought we would, we were going to get a French bulldog. And I know they can be unhealthy and all sorts of things, but man, those got to be the cutest little boogers I ever saw in my life. So we just bought one. We got to wait for it. It's got another couple weeks to go before we can pick it up. But you see him in some, or her, I should say, in some of these videos. We got a girl. I didn't want to mess with all the boy problems, you know. Anyhow, what else you guys want to know about this bike? Come on, speak up. I'm listening. It does have suspension in the front, and it's got these buttons on it. You're supposed to be able to adjust this somehow. I never did figure out how to do it, but it definitely looks like they can be turned. So it's got adjustable. It didn't say lockout, it said adjustable on the website. But it's not a huge, you know, it's just a short suspension. So you have some is what I'm trying to get at. Like I say, this isn't going to be your mountain bike, you know, type bike anyhow, so you don't have to worry about that. for this type of riding, you can't feel a thing anyhow. Yeah, too. Come up on the lefty. I don't have my bell. Or my mirror. Well, we're at 11.6 miles. And we're down to 2 bars, guys, so it's gone down about just like I thought it would. You can ride this slower. You don't have to ride as fast as I'm riding. You'll get a little farther that way too. I just can't get myself to go that slow. I can't even get myself to just go 15. There's them walnuts again. One of these days you're gonna go see me upside down. I don't want you to do that. I look better right side up. You think I look bad now, you see me when I'm upside down. Yeah. I can't believe I came out here without a mirror on. I even bought mirrors. I buy extra mirrors and bells for these bikes. This doesn't feel like one of them ones that you get down to where there's no bars and it's flashing and you still got good power. This feels like it's going to take you down gradually, guys. Something else to keep in mind. This one starts off, most of your power on this one is right at the top of the battery. Then once you get down to that first bar, it loses a noticeable amount of power. And it feels like a 500 watt bike after that, which is fine, because that's what it should have felt like to start with, right? But at first, it feels like a 750 watt bike, because I think it probably is putting out close to that. Oh, that sure feels good right there, guys. Yes, sir. Coming behind me. Make sure there's nobody right behind me listening to me talking to myself, because they don't understand I'm talking to you guys right there, not talking, whoa, almost wrecked. Talking to me. That's what I get for looking at my screen. Be looking at myself like that. And stupid spider web went right across my face, right under my nose. My nose is so hypersensitive anyhow. Look at this one coming up. Bright yellow and orange. And a deeper orange went on down. It's gorgeous. Yeah, so if you like sitting upright when you're riding your bikes, you'll like this. Look at all these walnuts, guys. These are all walnuts you see up here. It's green. Let's see if I can get through this little path right here. Now, we had walnut trees at our house, my parents' house. You guys have seen that in some of these videos. And we take the walnuts and throw them in the driveway. And you run over with your car and it knocks off all this green stuff over time, and then you go out and pick the walnuts up, take them in, clean them off, and crack them. They're still cruising along pretty good. I mean, it's about 17.5 miles an hour. Pedal assist 4. We got 2 bars, but I can feel it. It's just a really slow, gradual decline in power. Coming up on the left. Sorry, I don't have my bell on. 14.4 miles right now. I wonder if this has, something I didn't check is if this has cruise control. It's usually you hold the throttle, so let's hold it. Then you hit the minus. Yep. We're on cruise control, guys. So there's something we didn't know. You hold the throttle at a certain speed for a few seconds, and then hold the minus in for a couple seconds, and your cruise comes on. Then to kick it off, you can either just hit the minus again. Nope. Throttle? Yeah, you hit throttle or brake, kick it off. These e-bikes, you just hit the minus and the power button for a couple seconds to clear the trip. Whoa! That squirrel threw a nut at me or something. He knew I was nuts. He thought, here's a nut for you, because you're nuts. So do I honestly like this bike? Yes. You can climb hills with this bike, guys, but you know, I think it's more meant for what I'm doing with it right now. driving around town, staying on your flatter surfaces, things of that sort. Right at first, it's got the power to probably pull you up the biggest hills. But in the long run, once that battery level's off, so does the power. I mean, I've never quite rode one like this. It probably has a lot to do with the BMS and the batteries that they're using in this bike. Because most of them will keep you up there at almost full strength until you get to like the last, I don't know, the last small portion of the battery. Then then you'll notice a considerable drop off in power. But this one has just been gradual all the way from the start. It's not huge. I mean, it ain't like, oh my gosh, I can't hardly pedal the bike. It's just gradually, you can just feel it losing a little bit less power as you go all along. But it still got me up here 17 miles an hour. Hit this bridge, guys. And pedal assist 4. Let's see, I'm going to throttle it now and see if we can see what it does. Let's actually go down and see if the throttle is tied to the pedal assist. I'm in pedal assist 1 now, so the throttle is not tied to the pedal assist. It's taking me about up as fast as the bike can go right now. Pick it up, 2. Well, 3, that's about the same. 4. So I'm going to take it down till we see 1 bar, and then I'm going to turn around. A lot of times too, these bikes, you guys know how the bars work. You turn the power off and turn it back on, you'll regain some bars. Oh, we just lost. Okay, I just dropped the 2 bars. I am going to stop here, turn around, and well, this thing turns on a dime. Let's turn the power off for a second, and let's see if we regain bars. I mean, we're not going to regain power, but let's see what it shows us in bars here. Yeah, see, it took us back up to 2. We're at 16.8 miles, so if I go back home now, it's going to be pretty close to 20 miles. And I think that's about good for my size. You know, I'm 230 pounds, guys. And we did take it up a couple big steep hills. It's going to get you about 20 miles if you're my size. Now, if you're under 200 pounds, in the 150 to 200 range somewhere, I would expect you're going to get 25 to 30 miles riding it like I did. Now, I ride it basically in pedal assist 4, this bike. So if you're one that don't mind going a little slower, put it in pedal assist 3, and you probably get over 30 miles out of it. You'll be in 200 or under pounds. That gives you an idea. And about all the 15 amp hour batteries are that way, the 48 volt 15 amp hour. I haven't been on any yet that, yeah, well, just miraculously take me farther. If they're 15 amp hour, the way I ride it, I'm looking at 20 to 25 miles. If you're lighter than me, then you're probably looking somewhere around 30 miles and up, maybe 35. I didn't figure this bike was going to be a hill climber, guys, but it did surprise me with the power, the initial power. And we took off. This thing's had some guts. Yeah, so I'm only getting around 20 mile an hour top speed right now. Let me try throttle here. See if that does any better. Down to 1, you get down to 1 bar, you're going about 20 mile an hour at most. Pedal assist 5. So I'm going home at the right time, it looks like. It's definitely running out of power. And I do have a small hill to climb here. Let's see if I can throttle up this hill. Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely losing juice now, guys. See, I'm throttling and pedaling, and you see this, it's not a huge hill. It's a hill though. Look at my pretty trees, guys. Look at this big maple here. All right, we're gonna go right down here, and I'm gonna stop here for a moment. And we're gonna look at this bike one more time. Ooh, stop right there. Okay, I don't want to go down the hill. My headlights are on. When you guys tell me my headlights are on? Don't roll down the hill, bike. There we go. So we went 18.1 miles, guys. And I probably could have squeezed 20 out of it, especially if I was staying on the bike trail, flat ground. It didn't do very good on that last hill because we were down at the bottom of the battery. So this one, when it gets down there, see what it's showing here this way. Yeah, we're in the red. So we're in the red on this battery. It's about done. But I'm a big dude, and look how small this bike is, guys. It stands by itself there, nice and small, but that little bike, it had amazing power at the start. So I got to give it a plus. I give it a thumbs up for how strong this bike is when that battery's full. Now, when you get down a bar on this, which for me was 4, almost 5 miles, and it drops down, it feels like a 500 watt e-bike at that point. But it went that way for another, what, 14 miles? Riding like that. Now, if you're 200 pounds and under, you're going to get 25, 30, maybe even 35 miles. Just depends on your weight and what kind of terrain you're riding on. So I don't have any doubts about that. I ride this thing fast. I ride them all kind of fast. So that drains the battery down even quicker. If you kept this in pedal assist 3, you're going about 15 mile an hour, you're going to go farther. You know, just everything depends on how you ride your bike. And that's what it comes down to. You don't have to ride with the key, so that's another plus, guys. It does have cruise control. That's a plus on this. You can set the speed up to 62, which actually takes you at about 25 mile an hour on this. Maybe take you faster if you're smaller than what I am. This bike keeps you upright. You see how close those your seat and your handlebars are, right? So you're sitting upright on this, like this. And actually, it was pretty comfortable. I don't know what it looks like, being a big guy like I was, you know, doing that, but that's about it. And this is not the seat that you'll get on this bike. This is my seat. I just ride that for comfort. But I think we've covered it. ItStands U1. I give this bike a definite thumbs up for the price, for the weight, and you know, for its uses. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Jax finish this up, guys, and we'll call it quits. All right.
Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and hit that notification.